podcast. My name is Aaron. I'm with
Josh, and we're here with
Chris.
Yeah. So, I heard you're part of a band, Chris. You want to tell us about that?
Rumor has
Oh
it.
yeah, so we're Dig from Little Elm, Texas. He started about 5 years ago, so 2019, and then right now we're just growing strong, making music. It's all fun.
Wait, you guys started in 2019. That means you guys were a band during COVID, right?
Oh yeah,
How was that?
all the way through COVID. I mean, it gave us a lot of time to practice with ourselves because that we couldn't really do much outside of that. Everything was shut down. So through that time, we just improved our musicianship and all that.
You guys didn't do it together, just like individually?
No, we hung out together as long as no one was sick. Even Diego got sick quite a bit though. He's just bad. But,
Yeah, immune system.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Just be better.
So, what's your experience like writing music with your band?
Oh, it's
Like,
writing music is awesome. It's fun, and we all write. We all write pretty well together. Recording music sucks. I would never recommend someone record their music. You can write all you want, but it takes way too long to record, especially drums. So
Yeah.
lots of waiting around for nothing.
what's the worst part about recording?
Drums.
Drums.
Oh my God. Ethan over here takes 2 hours to record a 2-minute drum song or drum part because it's just it's so like if you get the drums wrong, the rest of the song sucks.
For some reason, I used to always imagine like the band would always like perform together for a song, but that just sounds like hell.
Like to record together?
Yeah.
There are some bands that do that, but it's just kind of
I-
inefficient, especially with like mixing and stuff.
Yeah.
I was in a metal band and we did that. We recorded all of our songs. It was like one takes for half of them. But we have an album out right now. The freaking half of them was just one takes, and it worked well just because it's metal, so you kind of muddy it out just with distortion and everything. But like,
Yeah.
it's just not.
You don't know what's going on at all.
No, yeah, it's not as good when you're trying to produce like cleaner tones.
What equipment do you use to record?
I call it the Big Red Box.
Oh, yeah,
That's how Chris like describes everything he doesn't like saying.
yeah, but I know what you're talking about. I forget
Stupid
what brand it is,
Cantino
but, like,
chocolate.
just like the box, like the mixer, and it goes into the computer.
Yeah, it's a big giant box that you just hook up to the computer and we all plug in. So we do guitar and drums, we mic up, and then bass we do direct in just because it's easier to manipulate the bass to how you want it to sound in the song depending on which song. When you go direct in, you can add all the effects you want. But for guitar, that's all just straight up mic'd up.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many shows have you played recently?
Recently, just one. We've played. I mean, you can count it as 3, but there's really only 2 shows. The third one was just in the driveway to like maybe 15, 20 people. But and then we played at a place called DV8, which was that was a pretty fun show, but there wasn't that big of an audience.
Do you have like a show that you had that was like the most rancid place ever?
The worst place ever?
Yeah, like.
DV8 was pretty bad, but there wasn't really.
Yeah.
There wasn't really a place for the audience. It was like bleachers.
Oh yeah, DV8 was that like one like really bad.
It was really like small.
Really cramped.
Yeah,
that's
I didn't really like that.
I remember that one. That sucked.
Do you have a worse one?
My worst gig.
Yeah.
No, because I like most of the gigs I play at are just like restaurants and stuff. They're decent. There is one place like the Rock and Taco. That place kind of just sucks because the stage is really small and they're.
Did they have a
audio-
backstage?
Crapness.
No, there's no backstage. The stage is really small and the audio is just bad.
Yeah.
So I would say that was my worst show, but like it wasn't.
It's
Your
still a
fault.
show. It's
Yeah.
still fun.
Yeah.
I'm like, we have a show coming up on July 6th at Growl Records in Arlington, and I've seen bands play there, and there's no backstage, and there's really not a stage. It's more just like a small platform 6 inches above the ground, but they have really nice sound quality that I remember, and it's nice. It's not too big, so it's easy to fill up the venue, and they got bar, and we get free drinks for being there, so it's like it's fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
But do you know what else you don't have time for? To buy the yearbook, which ends on this Friday, the 26th at midnight. However, sales will still go on for 3 more weeks at the price of $75. Thank you for listening, and let's get back to the podcast.
Anyways, my band, we won 3rd or 4th place in the
Do you know who got first?
Wallflower. First place was a band named Pink Slip. They were incredible. I know them personally, or like
Pink Slip.
yeah.
Mm.
Are they with you from like whatchamacallit, like a music center, or are
Yeah.
they?
So my band goes to Rockstars up tomorrow. They're like a program that helps bands like start off and grow. It gets them gigs, it gets them promotion, stuff like that. If they need like members, they have members within the program that you can audition for and whatnot. That's how I found the rest of my band. But part of the gigs that we get are like Battle of the Bands, and this particular one was for the Wildflower Festival. And if we win the voting competition, I get to play at the Wildflower
It's
Festival.
a pretty good festival. So.
Yeah, it's a pretty big opportunity
Really?
for us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid.
Where is it?
It changes per year, right?
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
I was looking at it and I
It's
saw.
pretty local, from what I remember. Like it's in the state of Texas, and I can do that. But yeah, I've been bribing people with candy
To come to
Yeah.
vote for you.
through lunch and my
I mean,
classes and stuff.
gotta get votes anyhow.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
the method. That's the method.
It's grind.
But
Uh,
I'm a little worried because the
Yeah.
band we're up against, Mile End Beach, has like
oh, Mile End Beach is there.
Yeah.
Have
That's-
you
that's
have you
really
talked to
right.
them before?
I have not talked to them because they were not there backstage
Mhm.
during the show. They did a pretty good set.
They're so cool. If you ever speak to
Yeah.
them, because I've met them before. They're good friends with another band we're friends with, Torched.
Oh yeah.
But they're Mile End Beach is pretty cool. There's been I forget his name, a kid who used to come to this school has worked with them before in the past.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of worried because they have like 900 followers on Instagram. But
Yeah.
well, they were playing. There's the So What Music Festival, or the So What Battle of the Bands, and that would happen just recently. And they were playing there too with.
yeah, I saw that. They played right before, like our Battle of the Bands was right after that.
Mhm.
So they played at that and then immediately came
to
over.
y'all.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I didn't get to talk
That's
to them
crazy.
because they just weren't in the back. They came, played, and left, I believe. But
No, they're busy because they're doing pretty good in the Denton area.
Yeah.
Like them and I know they like the Battle of the Bands that they played at for So What. That was a sick ass lineup.
yeah, that's kind of why I'm scared
Yeah.
of them in the voting thing because like
Just keep bribing people.
they are.
Right.
Oh, I am. I'm
After this ends, every single person in this classroom.
Oh yeah. I'm making
You
them
gotta
vote.
get them votes.
Yeah.
I've gone throughout lunch and stuff too to get people to vote.
I have to, dude.
But
Is it like very big around like the area in general, or is it just like big around music?
Wildflowers is big.
yeah, Wildflower's just big.
That's
Like,
a
there's-
big festival.
I'm
just
not
a lot
too
of,
big
like-
into festivals.
Do you
before.
know Neon Trees?
Yeah.
Yeah, they played there last year.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Listen,
who
I know
was-
Primavera.
Or it
and
might have
I
been
know Coachella.
2022, but yeah, I was looking at their lineups. That's
Yeah.
a pretty cool festival.
Yeah.
Like something I would just go to like naturally.
If you
Like,
get in, how long are you playing for?
It's not long, like a 12-minute set.
Uh,
But like it's still.
that's still
you
cool.
still get to
That's-
play at
that's
the
big.
Wildflower,
I mean, that-
and
yeah,
it's
that's
like
big.
exposure.
That's when
So,
you go find the headliner and see how good go
Yeah.
meet them. Come
That
on.
would be especially big for
Hey.
us, considering we started 2 months ago ish.
Oh, yeah.
that's good.
So, considering like we have like no followers yet, like
Uh,
playing out
really?
the Wildflower. would be
Do
a
you guys
big
have an
opportunity.
Instagram or something?
We do. We only have like 50 followers though.
It's hard to get Instagram running. Like that's what
Yeah.
we're trying to do.
Mhm.
Like I have like a bunch of posts that we just have backed up that I just have ready to post because like
Mhm.
the way Instagram is, you just have to post pretty consistently.
The only thing I
to get a
remember
following.
from your Instagram is Diego showing me a post where you guys had like a just completely different person be Diego.
Oh freaking! Oh my god, Marcos. Yeah. Okay, so we were paying these dudes to run our Instagram account, and they just didn't know us that well. The only person that they really talked to was me,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and we were just sending them pictures, right, like from our practices, and then the Marcos, I guess, kind of looked like Diego, and they posted him as Diego.
I don't think Marcos really looks like Diego though.
I guess freaking no, that was funny as hell.
That's legit. I don't really check bands and pages that much, to be honest. But
yeah.
do you guys have anything other than Instagram?
Not yet. We're
Really?
working on stuff like that.
Gotta
Oh.
get that TikTok growth. Freaking,
Uh,
I wish I knew how
bro.
to do that. I wish I knew how to do that.
Dude, if
Yeah.
you manage to like properly market yourself on TikTok, you'd actually go.
That's
insane.
kind of why I'm upset with TikTok being banned. It's just because like it's like
It's
arguably the
it-
best place to
Yeah.
market bands and stuff.
Yeah.
And now that's probably
Like
gone
I
in,
swear
a
that's
couple
how
years.
like. Well, actually no. Steve Lacy was already like a thing like long before, but I swear that's how you're like really.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
you once you get your songs able to be played on TikTok, which is
Yeah.
one of the big things that we did.
Mhm.
So like if you wanted to choose a sound, you could choose some of our music,
Right.
and that's a good way. Like let's say one of those videos go viral,
Mhm.
that's a good way to go to get your music out there. And that's why like one of my cousins, he's got like somewhere between 100,000 and 1 million followers on TikTok, and he he posts videos all the time, and they get millions of views. And I'm like, I talked to him, and I was like, could we pay you to use our music? And he said, yeah, that'd be cool. I'd always want to get a sponsorship. And I was like, okay.
Nice.
We could arrange that one time, just because it helps you get your music out there a little
Yeah.
bit easier than like Instagram promotion. It's horrible. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
To be honest,
and-
I think posting your music anywhere is kind of big.
No,
Yeah.
I think like YouTube is also not a terrible place if you're like
Yeah.
YouTube's
I'm
good,
gonna-
but it's
not.
It's
te-
not
it's
like
terrible.
the best.
TikTok is just like the best. Like,
Yeah,
but
and
it's
it's-
also going.
yeah, it's cheap. And I was like, on Spotify, like promotion there, it's hard to get started, but once you get running, it gets pretty
Yeah.
good. So like what I did for our band was we took our music and put them on playlists, just playlists run by curators and all that.
Yeah.
And once you get your plays going, then you can get your monthly listeners up, which allows them to recommend, just Spotify itself to recommend your songs to people,
Mhm.
which helps you grow a little bit more, and then you can get running. So like we gained 3,000 monthly listeners this month, just
Right.
because of Spotify with the playlisting and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and it helps you gain streams.
Do
and get
people
out
still
there.
use Bandcamp?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
I
thought
wish.
Bandcamp would still be like at least a prevalent thing.
Bandcamp, I remember that. That was like
Really?
2016, 2018.
Yeah,
Really?
it kind of died out.
Really?
Yeah.
I genuinely thought it was still probably like a decent thing. At least it's like, is it more like alive than SoundCloud?
No, I don't think so.
I think
Really?
SoundCloud's
I-
still kind of kicking.
I haven't
Really?
even
No.
Yeah.
Like no band that I know that, because I've met quite a few bands just in Denton area from just the people we meet, and none of
Yeah.
them are saying like, hey, check out our Bandcamp. No, it's never that. It's like,
Yeah.
check out our Instagram always.
Really?
So yeah, like when people plug, like you're at shows, they'll plug their Instagrams, never like Bandcamp.
Yeah.
And barely SoundCloud.
Really?
Yeah.
Instagram's the move.
Instagram's the move. When I know when promoters will come to look for bands, like one thing that they will see is they'll go check out all their social media pages, and just having followers on Instagram just works so well when promoters are looking for you.
Mm.
So I'm like we have 140 followers on Instagram, which isn't that strong. So
Right.
the main way we get gigs is through our connections with with people. We've had one promoter reach out to us,
Yeah.
but I know that some thresholds will be 500,000.
Do you guys have like any managers?
No, I'm managing our band.
Yeah.
It's, managers are expensive.
No. Oh, kind of. It's
Well, since y'all are
sort
run
of
by
part
a
of the
place,
program. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're.
But I mean, we're kind of planning on
Industry
getting
plan.
out as soon as we find a consistent like
music
income
base.
of that and income of gigs.
Mhm.
Like
I mean, Rockstar doesn't sound like a terrible place to like be sitting on.
it's not bad. I actually really like that place.
I
Like,
know.
if you're gonna ever get lessons, I recommend Rockstars. Like it's actually like
I've been to your room. It's all Rockstar. It's legit all.
no
like,
no
the
no
post-
no that's School of Rock. School of Rock.
School.
sucks.
Oh, School of Rock's
yeah.
different.
No, I joined Rockstars fairly recently.
Oh.
Yeah.
What happened to School of Rock?
They
heard-
went corporate.
I've heard
and-
a lot of bad things about school.
Okay, yeah.
What
School
happened
of
to
Rock is good if you're 5 years old. Beyond that, like it doesn't do much.
They
I
don't
stayed
have
in
a way
there-
for you to like grow past just playing.
Not
and
really.
learning.
Okay, so they have the regular bands that change every season, and they have house band. They're still in between, right?
Mhm.
This doesn't get you. Oh, sorry. The regular bands do not get you to house band,
Mhm.
right? You're either super good and you get into house band immediately, or
You're just
kind of in the middle and you can't like expand.
Hmm.
So I like Rockstars more because they are cheaper, but they also pay their staff more. So like it's just like
just a better company.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
higher pay means better instructors too. So
Don't you work there still?
sort of. I'm not employed, but I do get paid to set up
To
shows
help.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's kind of what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
I'll say definitely if y'all's band, like once you start getting into like music scenes, if you want a music scene that's not Dallas,
Mhm.
because Dallas music scene is a little bit harder to get into you just need a little bit more of a following, a little bit more connection.
Mm-hmm.
Denton is so easy to start playing at. Like,
Yeah.
like Denton shows, like you could just go there and talk with people, like especially Rubber Gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Like we could book a Rubber Gloves show right now for us, and they don't really look into you that much.
I've played at Rubber Gloves a few times. It's one of my more liked venues.
Yeah,
More
Rubber Gloves is
Wait.
sick.
You wouldn't say it was your favorite one?
Probably is my favorite right now, but like,
It's Rubber Gloves is like the biggest in Denton.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the Denton's got a lot of house venues, but it's a college town. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Like the Asylum. And did you come with us to that concert, Aaron?
Which one?
The Asylum, the one that's literally just someone's house.
Oh yeah, no, I was there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a cool place. Like that
Yeah.
was
Really?
that was pretty.
I
Sick.
do want to play like a couple of the very small gigs that are just like in someone's house.
Well, that's just how that's like a part of the fun of being a small band is like you get
Yeah.
these sketchy venues that like no one knows like oh what the heck like it's just literally just someone's bedroom.
Yeah. But
That's the fun of it. We'll be right back to the podcast in a second. But if you would like to hear more, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the LH Media channel to keep up on new podcast episodes coming soon. And now let's get back to this podcast episode.
what are your inspirations? What are you
For for as Dig or as a personal musician because
both?
because like as a personal musician I tend to lean a little bit towards like the emo genre.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the way the guitar works for that and the bass and just how the music flows.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking for Dig, our inspiration, we lean more towards like hardcore or grunge. So I'm like, for me, a lot of bands like Marcy Playground, I think they're pretty sick, and then like Radiohead, all those 90s rock bands.
If you can
Right.
describe your band's music in 3 albums, like compare it to 3 albums.
3 albums.
Yeah, 3 to 2.
And I don't even know. I don't know enough 90s rock albums just because I don't listen to that type of music.
There.
But that's it.
I thought you listened to Midwest emo.
I do listen to Midwest emo, but our music's not all that Midwest emo. Like
No.
if I were to talk about my personal like how I personally write when I'm just alone, it would be like tiny moving parts and free throw, that style, especially piecing us together. Or I think piecing us together is the name of the band.
So what would you say is your inspirations for your band, or just like how you play the bass?
Personally,
We're
for like
both bass players.
my writing style, I lean more like classic rock, like Led Zeppelin stuff, and I like to take parts of older music and
Revive
apply
it.
it to a newer context.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're doing with Black Lotus.
So you'd say your music is revival music.
Yeah. I at
Like
least,
those 80s
like,
music
that's the way I
revival.
write. I don't know if it's gonna end up like that, but like that's like kind of what I'm going for right now at least. Is I
Mhm.
want to take like just the weird time signatures and the structure and the just like how the bass is written from like
Mhm.
the older like classic rock stuff.
What
and
tone
apply
do you
to
go
it.
for? Because like with us, we go for I like a really like raspy, like turn up that tone knob, add some
Yeah.
distortion. But I know some people like more of a like just a normal bass tone, nice and smooth. So
It kind of depends on the song. I'm kind of going for like a Queens of the Stone Age vibe, like 2000s.
so like a very flowy bass, like
yeah,
almost,
like a flowy but like heavy
Mhm.
heavy bass. Like the 2000s, early 2000s rock is what I'm picturing in my head.
It's pretty.
But
I know. I'm like one of my favorite bass tones is I like Blinkstone. Freaking I don't know, like especially in like Damn It. I think that tone is really good for like punk rock and all of that. I would just turn up a little more distortion, but than that. So I'm like, it's interesting seeing different, like talking with different bass players how their tones differ.
Oh yeah, so many.
Yeah, because like
I definitely go for a lot more of a post-punk, just like Pick Merchant.
yeah,
No. Like I definitely love some bassists like Peter Hook and how they do everything. It's really, I don't know, I just prefer the simplicity of it more than like
crazy slapping and all.
I
that
know
stuff.
crazy slapping and like I
Yeah.
can't,
I
my
know,
mind can't process it.
I've probably slapped in one song. We have like in total we've probably released like 22 songs, and I've slapped in one of them. Just
what was it?
which one?
He's already forgot.
It was in Decay, just
Decay?
a little bit of Decay, which
I
isn't
saw
even on
that.
Spotify right now. I think that's coming up sometime next month.
Ooh,
But
release music.
Yeah, but I know like one of the bands that we're really close with is really cool is Black Sandbay, and their bass tone is. Their dude, he uses the same exact amp as me, but no pedals. But what he does is he just takes the overdrive built into the amp and he just cranks it. So it's like it's so aggressive. And I think
remember
it works
seeing
really
them
well.
at that house venue. I like their set. It's probably my favorite band that night, honestly.
No, they're gonna be with us at that show on July 6th. But they're all metal. They're very intense, but they're still a pretty sick band.
All right, that's going to be wrapping it for today. Any last words for you two? You?
No.
You?
No. Subscribe to LETV.
Lotus?
Yeah. Follow Black Lotus. Follow Dig on